There are no home games in stock car racing, but a race at the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway is the closest thing to one. The Queen City is a hub for NASCAR and for iRacers. It is mostly everyone's first oval track. I am Emerson Arden in a virtual booth this evening, and I'm excited to be bringing you live coverage from the virtual Charlotte, North Carolina here on VIRacing.com motorsport simulations platform. The Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series takes to the Queen City, which brings yet another mile and a half to the counter where we have seen very entertaining racing so far on the season. And here we are in the Queen City here in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Charlotte Motor Speedway, looking as beautiful as ever as we get ready to do battle tonight for 100 laps here at Charlotte. And we do have some point standings to go through for tonight's race, and they'll be up on your screen as we get things started here. Points coming into week 7 here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's Joshua Balliet with an 8-point lead over Ryan Johnson, and those guys, they're locked in with their wins into the playoffs. So is Brad Herman as well. Dean Brummett 5th in points, he's locked into the playoffs as well. Reese Schaefer without a win, highest driver in points right now at 214 points, sat in 4th. Lane Hossler sat 6th, 200 points to his name, 2 over McAvoy, and it is 10 then to Purnell and 13 then to Ellison. Cal Westwood sat in 10th, has 180 points. Jay McDonald, Kyle Vincent Gilbert, Tyler Markle, Bobby Anderson, Albert Hewins, Craig Schroeder to top 16. Right on the cut line though, guys. Tie. Dead tie. Right behind that 16th place driver, Craig Schroeder. Michael Politis tied with him. You can actually interchange them, I believe, in the standings. Politis given the slight nod on Sim Racer Hub. But 152 points. The total between those two drivers tied on the cut line. Sean Jensick, very fast driver, trying to make up some ground there in 18th. By the way, this is not even factoring drop week. So a lot of things to settle with tonight's racing action here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And of course, a beautiful venue as always here in virtual Charlotte, North Carolina. And these drivers there into their qualifying rounds with about 4 minutes remaining. I think it is time for us to drop on down and check in with some of these drivers as they set their times out there on the racetrack. It is currently provisional pole for Branson McCannon at the top of the charts. Gabriel Ellison out there just wrapped up a timed lap, so he is bringing that truck to a conclusion. But here we go, Dean Brummett, Reese Schaefer. Now here's something interesting. Drivers electing to go all the way to the end of qualifying. Not normally something we see here at Charlotte. I'm sorry, in nighttime events. But Dean Brummett, a little bit of lagging there for Dean Brummett. It'll be intriguing to see how the disconnects in his connection to the server affect his lap time. Connor Cunningham, the newcomer for Tank Racing, in this number 28 machine. Running that high line, lap number 1, which we've seen a lot of drivers in practice start to get really comfortable with that high side, being high, wide, and handsome out there. Connor Cunningham now drops it down low to start his first lap, and Cunningham all over that blue line at entry and center, has to wash up a little on exit. Reese Schaefer, Dean Brummett to go 16th, 17th on their first lap. It's going to be Cunningham, Brummett, and Schaefer, the last 3 drivers to set time tonight here at Charlotte. And it's going to be Connor Cunningham coming to the stripe, followed by Dean Brummett. Cunningham 3rd, Brummett 8th, and Reese Schaefer, can he keep it pinned off of turn number 4? Reese Schaefer is going to set. He'll go top of the charts at a 30.17. And everybody has set a lap time. And so it is Reese Schaefer atop the standings here in qualifying. Again, Reese Schaefer still looking for his first win on the Speed Racing Network season. And what a great way to try to get it tonight with the provisional pole position. Actually, I think it'd be almost safe now to say pole because no one else can set a lap time tonight. Everyone in the set, unless somebody joins the session late, but everyone in the session has ran at least one time lap. And so that's going to leave us with a minute 30 left on the clock here as we're working week number 7 here at the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series. And I guess, well, we have a moment. We can go ahead and we can look at some more points. Let's go into the next page of points and kind of see what's going on here. And we'll drop it down a little bit. And so you can kind of see what we're looking at on forward. Gerald Poole there. Bradley, Brandon, Denver. Now, this is the second page of those points. And these are some drivers that maybe struggled a little bit there. Gerald Poole, Bradley, Brandon, Devin Zimmerman. He's had some rough luck so far this season. Jordan Sailors, Branson McCann, a great starting spot for him. Somebody who sat in that 23rd position in points. He's a great run of momentum. But all those guys, 19th through 23rd, all within 7 points of one another. And that could be very intriguing as we look at some of the battles tonight. Also, Lane Doyle, Mark Morton, our point leader after Daytona, sat 25th. Don Holiday, Timothy Latham, Will Martin, Michael York, all the drivers above triple digits in points. Looking at the rest of the points there, some of those drivers who have only made one start on the season, there towards the bottom of the point standings. Now with 20 seconds left here in qualifying, we are getting ready to do battle here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we've seen some great racing in these mile-and-a-half races with these trucks. We saw great racing at Kansas, and I'm trying to think of the other mile-and-a-halves we saw in Las Vegas, of course. Vegas is where Dean Brummer got a second straight win on the season. Kansas was a very fun track, and here we are now at Charlotte. But now it's time to head on down to the grid and go through our starting lineup, our admin box starting lineup for this evening. And so here it is on your screen. It is Reese Schaefer out of Tank Racing with the provisional pole, with the pole position then at a 30.174. Branson McCann loses out by 6/1000ths of a second. Gabriel Ellison and Connor Cunningham, 2 Tank races in the top 4. Ellison starts 3rd. Cunningham out of Tank Racing starts 4th. Herman Sailors 5th and 6th. Kyle Westwood, Michael Sturgill 7th and 8th. Dean Brummett and Tyler Markle round out the top 10. Make that 3 tank trucks inside the top 10. Aeons has brought a couple of their trucks, a couple of JBR trucks in that top 10 as well. Taking a look at the next 10 then, you see drivers like Mark Morton, Michael Politas there 11th and 12th. Brian McAvoy, Lane Doyle starts 13th and 14th. Lane Hostler, Devin Zimmerman rounds out 15th, 16th. Kyle Vincent Gilbert, Doc Holliday, Joshua Balliet, Byron McDonald be top 20. Looking at 21st, it's Austin Purnell in that 36 machine out of JBR. Greg Schroeder starts 22nd. Albert Hewins 23rd. Gerald Poole starts in 24th. Bobby Anderson 25th. Bradley Brandon 26th. And I guess a shout out then to our race director Jack Johnson in the tower next door to me virtually tonight, kind of running everything and making sure everything goes smoothly. But then with that being said, that means there is 13 rows of trucks ready to do battle here tonight at the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. I want to thank you all for tuning in and joining us wherever you are, however you may be watching tonight here for the Speed Racing Network Glytch Truck Series, round number 7 of 20. If you're out there in chat, go and drop a comment in chat and let us know who you're rooting for tonight. Maybe where you're rooting from and how you are watching, and enjoying all of the Speed Racing Network coverage this evening. Of course, a shout out to the channel. Of course, make sure you scroll on down and see if there's that big old red subscribe button just flashing in your face, or why don't you go ahead and turn it gray. You made it this far into the broadcast. We're about to get racing. Go ahead and drop a subscription down to help us continue our goal of moving forward with YouTube subscriptions towards 1,000 subscribers. And so here it is, getting ready to do battle here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And it is a field of 13 trucks getting ready to get to racing action tonight. Reese Schaefer, Branson McCann, the front row. Gabriel Ellis and Connor Cunningham, Brad Herman, Jordan Sailors, Kyle Wessel, Michael Sturgill, Dean Brummett, and Tyler Markle. The top 10. 100 laps on the docket tonight. I hear fuel range is around 35 laps, and we have a stage break coming out at lap 25. Potentially fuel mileage being the name of the game once again tonight, and we'll just have to see as the iRacing.com safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane of field in the hands of Reese Schaefer, and we are racing once again from the Queen City. One lap complete from Charlotte. It is Reese Schaefer out in front, Gabriel Ellison, Brad Herman, Connor Cunningham, and Kyle Westwood. Then the top 5, and everyone trying to work their way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Everyone feeling the grip early, but how quickly does that grip go away? I've heard we're dealing with a lot of understeer with these setups this week once again, and the dirty air in this field is not going to help that one bit. And so there's Reese Schaefer leading the charge off of the corner, and let's fall back a little bit to some of the battles on track and keeping our eye on some of those. There it is. Looks like Branson McCannon, who started outside pole, is now under attack from Tyler Markle there in the 42 machine. This is going on then for the 9th position. And remember, stage break at lap 25. These drivers looking to race it out hard, but not too hard to where they wear out their tires before that lap 25 stage break. Fastest lap last time round goes to the 17 of Reese Schaefer. These two trucks battling it up off of turn number 4. Markle on driver's left and McCannon on driver's right. It's headed down to turn number 4. Also battle up the road as well. Sailors has gotten by Connor Cunningham. And Cunningham in that 5th position, trying to see what he can do to hang on to that spot. Everyone jostling for position up here. The 31 of Dean Brummett. High, wide, and handsome in the 31 machine, trying to keep that power down, not plow the wall down. And out of turn number 4, Brummett trying to edge his way past the 28 of Connor Cunningham as they'll duel out into turn number 1. So there's that battle up off the corner. Still out in front, it is Reese Schaefer, who's now opened up a 6/10 of a second advantage out in front of the field. Gabriel Ellison, Brad Herman, and look at Kyle Vincent Gilbert trying to make something happen here in the middle of the pack there on Lane Hostler. This is going on for the 12th position. So battle right up in front, Westwood and Sturgill going at it. This for 7th. Sturgill on the bottom, and it's Kyle Westwood up high. Out in front, Brummett trying to get to the inside there of Jordan Sailor. Sailor's not gonna let it happen easy. He's gonna contest this one very hard into the corner. And now Gabriel Ellison under attack from Jordan Sailors. Ellison now jumps up high, and Jordan Sailors looking down low to try to take away that 3rd spot on the podium. Here comes Sailors with a drive into the corner. Ellison pinning him down there on the inside of that groove. And Ellison clears by Jordan Sailors. Here comes Dean Brummett to the inside of Jordan Sailors. Now Dean Brummett wants his spot up inside that top 5 to improve one more. Brummett looking for 4th. Tyler Markle here, Lane Hostler as well. This battle going on for 11th. And now Hostler gets by. Kyle Vincent Gilbert wants to do the same. Kyle Vincent Gilbert around the outside. The 42, Tyler Markle. And Kyle Vincent Gilbert were powered by then driver of the number 42, Tyler Markle. Up front, Sailors and Brummett still battling it out. These drivers really putting it all on the line early here at Charlotte. Nearly coming together up off the corner. You get a nice look at the field there coming off of turn number 4. Behind, it was Sturgill going at it hard with Connor Cunningham around the outside. Cunningham tries. Now he's under attack from Westwood. Westwood trying to power up off of turn number 2. And Westwood gets the spot on Cunningham. And now Herman has gotten by Gabriel Ellison for second. Ten complete here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It is Reese Schaefer out in front of Brad Herman, Gabriel Ellison, Jordan Sailors, Dean Brummett. The top 5, Sturgill, Westwood, Cunningham, McAvoy, and Hostler, then the top 10. And battling here, Markle trying to find a way past the 58 of Kyle Vincent Gilbert. This for 12th. And Kyle Vincent Gilbert a little loose coming off of turn number 4 and through the quad oval. Markle Sturge is up high, searching for some grip, searching for a run up off of turn number 2. Kyle Vincent Gilbert washes up a little bit. Now Markle gets the run down the back straightaway. Once again, Markle closes up, not able to do much with it there. These Glytch Truck Series drivers doing a great job of being patient here, but now Markle to the inside of Kyle Vincent Gilbert into turns 1 and 2, trying not to wash up into the 58. And Kyle Vincent Gilbert gets back by around the outside. Also up front, Gabriel Ellison still forcing the issue on Brad Herman. Not happy, losing that second position. Battle going on here. Cunningham losing a spot out here to Brian McAvoy. Now Lane Hostler wants a piece of the action with the 28 machine. Connor Cunningham started 4th and now slowly dropping down the running order after Cunningham ran 2nd at Kansas. You'd expect there to be a lot of momentum in this 28 camp, but Cunningham losing ground early. Is there any time or any need to panic? We'll still have to wait and see, I guess. As Sturgill and Sailors nearly getting together. As Sailors washes up the track, Sturgill up to 5th. Now Westwood wants a piece of the pie. And Westwood around the outside. Westwood will clear by the number 39 of Jordan Sailors and now move Westwood up to 6th. This time by will be 10 laps to go in stage number 1. And business picking up here in Charlotte. 10 laps to go in stage 1. Reese Schaefer still leads Herman, Ellison, Brummett, Sturgill, Westwood, Sailors, Cunningham, McAvoy, and Hostler. The battle here, Tyler Markle and Kyle Vincent Gilbert. This one will not go away. Joshua Balliet trying to close that gap on Tyler Markle. And Ellison now by Herman. Spots have flipped once again for that 2nd position. And Cunningham now around the outside of McAvoy. Great effort there from the 28 to power by high. Round to 79. And now Joshua Balliet, the point leader, in traffic, trying to snag a couple stage points, a couple bonus points to his name. He's up to 13th, trying to find a way around Kyle Vincent Gilbert, Branson McCann and company. Into the corner, it's now Balliet on Kyle Vincent Gilbert. And Balliet gets physical with the 58. Also up the road, it's McCann and Hostler going at it as Balliet trying to power by the 58. Now Kyle Vincent Gilbert around the outside, trying to keep it up, and he'll get close. He'll scrape the wall. He'll lose momentum. Lose the spot to Balliet. No, he's going to continue to fight it. Balliet shuts the door on the 58. Up front, Sailors under attack from Cunningham. Cunningham making the run back up to the field. Sailors sideways up off the corner. Here comes Brummett, a run on Herman. Dean Brummett now looking for a spot inside the top 3. Herman drives it in deep into turn number 3. Cunningham will power by Jordan Sailors after losing spots early. Cunningham playing the long game, starting to pay off late here in stage number 1. Now 6 laps to go in this opening stage. Cunningham now clears back to 7th. Sailors trying to find a way back by the 28. And McAvoy trying to find a spot to go. Hostler as well. McAvoy sides with Cunningham into the corner. Now he wants to make it 3 wide. Now Sailors washes up, nearly washes up into the 79. Sideways up off the corner. Sailors trying to keep that 39 under control as McAvoy and Hosler. And now looks like McCannon wants to get by, and Balliet wants to get through as well. Sailors washing up. Sailors struggling for a lot of lack of right front tire grip as he enters and centers these corners. All packed up here as the field comes off of turn number 4. This all going on for the 8th position on back. Balliet trying to get to the inside of Sailors and has to back off. And now McKinnon around the outside of the 39. Sailors hits the apron. He's going to wash up into the 13. Closes the door on Balliet. Balliet drops down. Sailing it into turn number 3 on Sailors. And now Balliet up to 11th. Now Merkel wants a piece of the action. Sideways. Merkel trying to find a way by Sailors. Lane Doyle getting into the action there around Kyle Vincent Gilbert. Oh, and Sailors pounds the wall down. He's sideways. Hitting the wall. Merkel's going to go around. Oh, big accident. Lane Doyle involved. Kyle Vincent Gilbert and more. That one wasn't going to last much longer. All packed up. Sailors caught the wall and looked like a chain reaction ensued behind. And so they caution. And it's going to be a little harder to get a look, but we'll catch it a little late there. Marco gets turned and big time air then for Lane Doyle. Somehow Doyle avoids to get a whole bunch of damage out of that one. Sailors pounds the wall down, and here we go. Oh, Lane Doyle drops down, and some net-coated contact then between Tyler Markle and Lane Doyle. Markle gets spun across. Kyle Vincent Gilbert trying to find a way. Doyle launches with net-coated contact there with Devin Zimmerman. Zimmerman slides. Kyle Vincent Gilbert is going to pound the wall down. Same thing with Tyler Markle. And Zimmerman may get out of this one all right. Pit stops are occurring, so I'm going to assume that is the end of the stage. And we'll try to get one more look at this one. And we'll see this one from the back straight away. There's the Sailors pounding the wall down. There we go. That was a big look at it. So big time incident there to bring out the stage caution, and fuel mileage is going to be a interesting discussion. But I think we're going to have this discussion with our stage winner, driver of the number 17 out of Tank Racing, Reese Schaefer, stage winner here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And Reese, very dominant opening run there in stage 1.
Yeah, we were able to get away from Ellison and Herman and just kind of maintain pace. Truck was starting to get a little tight, so I'm gonna work on a couple things. But other than that, first 25 laps, pretty good.
It seemed like it, Reese. You haven't had to really contest with any traffic. But how do you ensure that you continue to run that way? How do you make sure you don't let anyone get up to you? It looks like you were pacing yourself well, but now that was to lap 25. This one is going to be another 75 laps.
Yeah, just um, gotta work on my 3 and 4 mostly. And 1 and 2, it's pretty you know, you slowly back off, but you kind of run the same pace the whole time. But 3 and 4 is where we really got to back it off and for all the tire wear is. So just keep working on 3 and 4 throughout the race, and hopefully things turn out well.
And so now this caution comes out a couple laps sooner than what the field anticipated for the stage caution. How much tighter does this make the fuel conversation?
It says I can go 35.6 laps right now. So, and it sounds like those in draft actually save like 2 to 3 laps. So, gonna make it interesting. That's for sure. Gonna make it interesting. So, I'll let hopefully I'm not saying I'm getting tired of these fuel mileage races, but they definitely seem to be happening more often than not.
It certainly seems like that. I want to hit one more point before we let you go here, Voters. And that paint scheme. We talked a little bit about it at Darlington, but didn't really get to talk to you all that much. Tell us a little bit more about what you're running the scheme for, what's on the hood, and what's happening there.
Yeah. So this is the Michigan Milk Producers Association cars. So my grandpa, he was a big farmer, and they obviously had a bunch of cows and was part of that association. And we have a sign in the garage that represents him and then his son, which would be my dad, Jay. And so I decided to put that in the car and just show a little respect to the family and put the name on the hood. So and the painting turned out great, so I'm super ecstatic.
Well, there it is. Driver of the number 17. Wow, number 17, our stage 1 winner, Reese Schaefer. Best luck to you, Reese, and hopefully we'll talk to you a little later on.
Yep, thanks, Emerson.
And there was our stage 1 winner, driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. So Reese Schaefer is then the race leader after pit stops. Everyone fitted a fresh set of Mr. Feelgoods. Then on that lap 24 pit stop, the field exited at lap 25. So everyone left the pit lane with 75 laps left in this race. If you can go 37 laps, you might have a chance. Schaefer, well, he just told us that he can only go 35.5 laps. So Schaefer is going to be in the boat of having to try to save a lap and a half, and that is going to make it very interesting to see should we go green to the end. But a lot of racing to go, and a lot of racing before we can even think about that. It's Schaefer, Ellison, Brummett, Herman, Sturgis, the iRacing.com. Safety vehicle finds its safety down in the pit lane. The field in the hands of the 17 of Reese Schaefer, and racing once again from the Queen City. And oh, we got a crash! Big time accident behind! And that one is gonna hurt. The caution is going to come out. And it is Mark Morton slamming the outside wall. And that one happened quick. We'll try to see what happened here, and we'll have a nice view up above. Coming up off the corner, and 39 of Jordan Saylor's a little aggressive. Contacts the right rear quarter panel of the 8. Tyler Markle goes around as well. Markle involved in 2 straight yellows. Let's see if we can get this one from a different view of it. Maybe this one might be an interesting view of it here. This is the 8 of Mark Morton. The 39 of Jordan Saylor. The 42 of Tyler Markle behind. And the 8 just rotated around, and unfortunate there for Mark Morton. One more time. Let's see what happens to Tyler Markle. See if we can get a view up above. You kind of see the whole incident unfold here. And yeah, very aggressive then from Jordan Sailors. And Markle just spun it, trying to avoid the 8 truck, but he locks it down and looks all good there. Oh, we had another truck around back here. Gerald Poole in trouble. Now we'll take one more look at it then and see what happened to Gerald Poole. Oh, and makes contact again. Jordan Sailors in contact with 2 trucks in that incident. Oh my goodness. And while we work our second caution period of the evening, don't you go anywhere. We're going to take a quick moment and hear from our commercial partners here at the Speed Racing Network. Welcome, race fans, back to the virtual Charlotte Motor Speedway. We are under our second caution of the evening tonight. This one for a second incident of the evening. This one involving Mark Morton, Gerald Poole, Tyler Markle. First one, catching out Lane Doyle, Tyler Markle, Jordan Sailors, Devin Zimmerman, and Kyle Vincent Gilbert. Getting ready to resume racing action here from the Queen City. And it is Bree Schaefer out in front of the field as we get ready to do battle once again. Schaefer, Van Ellis, and Brummett, Herman, Sturgill, the top 5. Westwood, Hostler, McCannon, McAvoy, Politis, then the top 10. Balliet, Purnell, Holiday, Sailors, Gilbert, McDonald, Cunningham, Zimmerman, Hewins, and Doyle round out the field. And Schroeder, Poole, Anderson, Brandon, Morton, and Markle. The 26 drivers getting ready to do battle once again. And so, the field in the hands of the 17 of Reese Schaefer. And we are racing once again from the Queen City. Up off the corner, it is Reese Schaefer out in front. Dean Brummett sat second. Gabriel Ellis and Michael Sturgill, Lane Hostler, then the top five, Brummett and Schaefer. These two were the two fast ones at Darlington. And here comes Brummett trying to find a way around to 17, looking down to the inside. Brummett looking down low. Schaefer, how hard will he contest this? Clean air is going to mean a lot. Brummett slides up the track, makes contact with Schaefer. Brummett has to get out of it, way out of it, big time. Here comes Ellis, and he's going to power by the 31. Brummett pushed it in hard to try to get by the 17 to Reese Schaefer, and no mas. Battling up off the corner behind. How about this? Brian McAvoy going at it with Brad Herman. Westwood wants a piece of the pie as well. Hostler and Hostler and Sturgill going at it there for fourth. Some good battles there on the screen. And so Lane Hostler by around the outside. He'll make easy work there. McCannon here on Kyle Westwood. McCannon pushing down the 79 on McAvoy. Joshua Balliet, the point leader there at 10th. I believe missed out on stage points, but trying out to get some decent race position points. Balliet under attack here. Balliet under attack from Purnell. This is McDonald under attack from Politis. Purnell works by the point leader, and Sailors wants a piece of the 7. The Sailors drives it down to the inside of the 7 machine of Joshua Balliet. And near contact there at the end of the quad oval into turn 1. Now Sailors will sail it into the corner. Balliet will be playing the long game here as Kyle Vincent Gilbert now sneaks down to the inside of the 7 truck. Getting very packed up here, and now Jay McDonald wants a spot from the point leader. Balliet stuck on that high side, not able to do too much early in the run. Still out in front, it's Reese Schaefer, Gabriel Ellis, and Dean Brummett, Lane Hosler, and Michael Sturgill, then the top 5. Here's Herman and McAvoy going at it. Also behind McCannon and Westwood. Working lap number 40 of 100. This time by will be 60 laps to go as Herman makes the pass, and Westwood pushes up the track, dueling it out with McCannon. Things tighten up for a second, maybe for the lead. Schaefer only has a quarter-second lead then over Ellison, Brummett, Hostler, all there within 0.6 of a second of Reese Schaefer. Right on board of Lane Hostler as he tries to find a way around Brummett, Ellison, and Schaefer. Now the top 4 just about equidistant from one another. And this battle continues. Now Westwood around the outside of McCannon. And Westwood gets the spot. Balliet now fighting to the inside of Byron McDonald and will not get down there. Up front, Clean Air is reigning supreme. Reese Schaefer has led every lap today here at Charlotte. From the pole position, he has led 42 complete, working lap 43. Schaefer trying to play some defense now, as this is some of the bigger competition he's faced tonight. Ellison, Brummett, Hostler, and Sturgill now within 9/10 of a second. Now, the interesting part about that stage 1 interview we heard from Schaefer is he could only go 35.6 laps. He said he can save about 2 to 3 laps in the draft. Is this a ploy then for Schaefer to save some fuel in this battle for the lead that Ellison is now piling on for pressure between Balliet and McDonald? Balliet gets that spot on McDonald and now gets that spot on Sailor. So Balliet up to 12, 2 spots from that battle we were watching earlier. They're really packed up there, but now the battle for the lead is tightened up, so we'll keep our eyes up front for now. As Ellison stalking the tailgate of the 27 machine. Ellison looks down low, jumps up high. Schaefer playing a little defense. Balliet, he has muscled his way through a bunch of that traffic. Balliet is back up to 12. Check on him for a brief moment. And then back here, it's signed up now. This is Anderson on Zimmerman. And now this is Dean Brummett, Lane Hostler dueling it out. The 2 battles going on here for the top 4 spots. Off of turn number 4, Schaefer still leads Ellison, but this is the battle event. Hostler looks to the outside of Brummett. Hostler's gonna drive it in deep around the outside. Brummett's gonna power up. They're gonna go side by side out of turn number 2. Lane Hostler clears into 3rd. And now Brummett tries to fight back. Michael Sturgill enters the mix. Sturgill searching, can't get down there to the inside of the 31 just yet. McAvoy closes that gap on Herman. And we're all packed up here. Jordan Sailors, Michael Politis, Devin Zimmerman on top of one another. The halfway point here at Charlotte. Battling, heavy duty battling going on back here for that 15th position. Now Politis under attack from Zimmerman. To the inside looks Devin. Politis closes the door. Sailors clear out in front. But halfway here at Charlotte, the top 5, there they are. Within 1 second of one another. Schaefer over Ellison, Hostler, Brummett, and Sturgill. Herman, McAvoy, Westwood, McKinnon, and Purnell round out the top 10. And while we have a moment, we're going to allow the sim to give us some all-out audio as we are now into the second half of this race. And things have shaken up once again up front. Hostler gets on by Gabriel. Ellison Brummett in fourth. Now searching for a third on Gabriel Ellison. And things are shaken up here as the fuel tanks lighten and the heads start scratching. When will you make that money stop? Hostler trying to close that gap on Schaefer. Balliet trying to power by, maybe muscle by Branson McCannon. This for the final spot inside the top 10. And he'll power forward. Meanwhile, out in front, Ellison was able to hold station over Dean Brummett. So Reese Schaefer trying to get his his first win, what would be his first win on the season. And trying to get what I would think would only be his third ever Speed Race Network victory. So Reese Schaefer, even though he's had tons of pace here in Speed Racing Network, trying to go for his only third career win. Well, he's been seasons driving in the 17 machine. He has proven he can get to victory lane here in Speed Racing Network. But tonight is going to be the question. He has led every single lap so far tonight. He has led 61 complete laps tonight. And drivers trying to change that here And now with 38 laps to go, we're getting dangerously close to that fuel window. Who's going to try to short pit and make up any time? Hosler is there. He's looking on the 17 of Schaefer. Not close enough to dive down to the inside, though. And Hosler jumps back up high. Hosler looks to the outside of Reese Schaefer and not able to get the move done just yet. Now he looks down to the inside. Side by side for the race lead. Schaefer is going to contest this one. No. Hosler drives it in deep into turns 3 and 4. Schaefer's going to drive it down to the inside, and Lane Hosler is going to lead the first lap in this race, not led by Reese Schaefer. We got a 4-truck battle back here between Westwood, McAvoy, Balliet, and Purnell. And Westwood powers by, muscles by. Oh, everyone's sideways up off the corner. The rears of those trucks are getting loose and out 3 wide. Now for that 7th position, Balliet down low, Westwood in the middle, McAvoy up high. Everyone hold on tight. Up on a turn number 3, Michael Sturgill has headed into the pit lane. Kyle Vincent Gilbert has headed into the pit lane, and Balliet trying to take a 2-for-1 special. Not able to get there. Stays out in front of Austin Purnell. And if you can pit now, you'll make it to the end of this race. So I'd imagine the leaders are considering, and Schaefer's coming in. So is Dean Brummett. Brummett, that time able to make pit entry. He struggled to do that last week at Darlington. Balliet is in. Now Lane Hosler out here. Gabriel Ellison, they're gonna come in. Brad Herman as well. Austin Purnell is gonna take over the race lead, and sideways is Brinson McCannon on the pit entry. So the race is gonna be Brummett does get out in front of Reese Schaefer. That's a huge one. And so the race is going to be between Brummett and McCannon on the pit exit. I'm sorry, Hosler on the pit exit. Purnell is coming in. So Connor Cunningham jumps out to the lead. And here comes Politis and Zimmerman to the pit lane. And this is going to be the race here. Brummett versus Hosler. Brummett will power by Hosler. Sturgill out in front. And Connor Cunningham leads. He's approaching 2 trucks. 3 wide as the leader nearly catches that lap traffic. Or I guess the traffic off the pit lane. Connor Cunningham and many trucks now pitting. The order's shaking up big time. But still out in front, Connor Cunningham, Bobby Anderson, and Craig Schroeder. Lane Doyle's coming in. Sturgill and Brummett now going at it for what would be the theoretical lead. And Brummett to the outside van of Michael Sturgill. Around the outside, and Dean Brummett is going to clear by. As Connor Cunningham, Bobby Anderson, and Craig Schroeder have hit the pit lane. And so Dean Brummett is going to take over the race lead here in Charlotte via pit strategy and powers by Michael Sturgill. The dominant truck of the day, Reese Schaefer, is sat in third, 9/10 of a second back. Oh, near contact there between Kyle Vincent Gilbert and Brian McAvoy. Cunningham is going to rejoin the race in, looks like, about 17th. So now pit stops complete, and Dean Brummett now searching for what would be his third win on the season. Dean Brummett, the only multi-time winner on the season, and tried to extend it to 3. Now tonight, Schaefer in third. He has chased it down. He's closed that gap down. He's gained about 2/10 since Dean Brummett has cleared to the race lead on Michael Sturgill. Is the battle here between Ellison and Hosler. They have 2 lap fresher tires than Sturgill and 1 lap fresher tires than Brummett and Schaefer up the road. Will that 1 lap difference be enough to catch him? And would it keep that 1 lap difference if these two do battle here between Ellison and Hosler into turns 1 and 2? Hosler powers by to 27. Ellison all over that tailgate of the 61 truck and not able to do anything there. Out in front, Dean Brummett still has a 2/10 of a second lead then over Michael Sturgill. Looks like they've gotten by the lapped truck there of Lane Doyle. And Balliet up here. Under attack from Brad Herman. Herman on 1 lap fresher tires than Balliet. And so Dean Brummett, 25 laps to go. Searching again for his third win on the season. And what a dominant season it's been for Dean Brummett. He got it done at Daytona. He went back-to-back to start the season with Las Vegas. And now we're back at another mile and a half. Daytona not being a mile and a half, but Vegas being a mile and a half. Got a lot of confidence there. Kyle Vincent Gilbert under attack from Kyle Westwood. Westwood up to 9th on the 58. Hosler not able to break away then from Gabriel Ellison. And Herman now on Balliet. This for 6th, and Balliet will fight but won't contest too hard. Down the corner, down the back, he'll push the 85 into the corner. And Herman will hold that spot. Now Sturgill and Schaefer trading positions. Schaefer trying to get by Sturgill. This would be for that second position, and Schaefer gets on by. Now Schaefer 6/10 of a second back of Dean Brummett. And so we're not done yet, as battles still happen on and around the racetrack. Schaefer and Brummett have the same aged tires. Both of them have had to pass Michael Sturgill. Teammates for 15th, Cunningham on Zimmerman. And then Politis fending off Bobby Anderson behind. And now it's tidying up out in front. Half a second, the gap between Brummett and Schaefer. And guys, this one is not done. Brummett holds the top spot, but it's not over. Brummett losing a little bit of pace then to the 17 to Schaefer. I wonder if Brummett is saving or Brummett has pushed it. But now with 19 laps to go here at Charlotte and battling here, now Hostler and Ellison around Michael Sturgill. The gap out in front now has dropped under 0.4 of a second between Brummett and Schaefer. But catching is one thing, passing is another. With this level of dirty air, what will Schaefer be able to do if he continues to close that gap, but eats more of that dirty air sitting behind the 31 truck? And so up off of turn number 4, Brummett holds that lead then at 0.4 of a second over Reese Schaefer. Ellison looks high. Tries to drop down low. It looks like Schaefer has Dean Brummett in turns 1 and 2, and Brummett's only able to keep even in turns 3 and 4. Dean Brummett, he's opened the gap a little bit then to Reese Schaefer. 15 laps to go. Is Schaefer pushing too much? Trying to catch the 31 of Brummett. Purnell and Kyle Vincent Gilbert, this for 10th. And great battling here. Purnell on driver's left, Gilbert on driver's right. Lack of grip there off of turn 4 and sliding up the track with Purnell. Kyle Vincent Gilbert tries to power by. They both have to lift at different parts of the corner. Purnell back in behind the 58. What's going on back here then? Zimmerman trying to fend off Anderson and Holiday and Bradley Brandon. Getting physical. Oh, and Brandon slides up on corner entry, pounds the side of the 9 truck of Doc Holiday as they try to sort it out for 16th. We're going to try this one again for 10th. Kyle Vincent Gilbert defending on against Austin Purnell. And Kyle Vincent Gilbert way up the racetrack, searching for grip, searching for time. Kyle Vincent Gilbert around the outside. He'll hold that spot then over Austin Purnell. And out in front, Dean Brummett has opened up his gap to Reese Schaefer. Schaefer now under attack from Lane Hostler. And Hostler on 1 lap fresher tires. This one isn't over. Lane Hostler has slowly and steadily worked his way forward. And does Lane Hostler have anything before the end of this one? Hostler looking to the outside of Reese Schaefer. And Schaefer still putting on a great defense down low. He's caught a little bit more to Brummett that lap. But they're both catching Dean Brummett if it's worth anything. If I believe so, I believe Lane Hostler is searching for his first Speed Race Network win. Especially in the Glytch Truck Series in this season. 8 laps to go from the Queen City. Dean Brummett leads, Reese Schaefer, Lane Hostler, Gabriel Ellison, Michael Sturgill, Brad Herman, Joshua Balliette, Brian McAvoy, Kyle Westwood, and Austin Purnell. Kyle Vincent Gilbert, Branson Mechanic, Hunter Cunningham, Devin Zimmerman, Bobby Anderson, Bradley Brandon, Doc Holliday, Michael Politis, Byron McDonald, and Albert Hewins, the top 20. Saylor, Schroeder, Morton, Poole, Markle, and Lane Doyle. Lane Doyle not running, but Markle the 25th and last running driver. And the battle for second now rages on between Schaefer and Hostler. And Hostler, if he's going to get by Brummett, he's got to get by Schaefer quick. They both closed the gap a little bit to Brummett, but Brummett since opened it up another 10th. 6 laps to go from Charlotte. Five laps to settle it from the Queen City. Schaefer half a second back of Brummett. Hostler 3/4 second back from Dean Brummett. Brummett trying to escape and try to get his third win on the season. Schaefer looking for his first win on the season and third career win. And Hostler trying to look for his first career Speed Racing Network victory amongst the top 3. Cunningham and Branson McCannon, they duel it out for 12th. The closest battle on track. Four laps to go. Cunningham trying to make easy work of McCannon and with a power up the inside. Not clear, but up off the corner. They're going to go side by side down the back. Out in front, 3 laps to go for Dean Brummett. Brummett now has a near 6/10 of a second advantage over Reese Schaefer. And Brummett in his search for his third win on the season. Off of turn number 4, Dean Brummett has 3 miles to go. 2 laps to settle it from the Queen City. For the penultimate time down the back straightaway, Schaefer has now opened up his gap on Lane Hostler. Everyone kind of opening up their gap. Cunningham and McCannon still battle it out for 12th. But coming off of turn number 4, it'll be white flag. 1 lap to go for Dean Brummett between himself and EPI victory lane. What was a wild race and a dominant race for Reese Schaefer. Schaefer lost the lead to Lane Hostler after about 60 laps led. And Dean Brummett jumped Schaefer on pit stops. Hostler tried as he might, couldn't get to the 17 of Schaefer. And Dean Brummett is going to win here at Charlotte. Third win on the season for driver of the number 31. An ever so dominant season for the 31 machine of Dean Brummett, and he is our driver sitting in EPI victory lane. What a job from the 31 of Dean Brummett, as with reason to celebrate here on the front straightaway. And so Dean Brummett with his third win on the season. And a fantastic job tonight. And we'll take this moment then to bring on up driver of the number 31, and fitting that the engine will blow after that celebration. But Dean Brummett, for the third time this season, a winner in the Speed Race Network Glytch Truck Series. And Dean, the wins are piling up. This one, though, I guess maybe similar event to Vegas. Not the dominant truck, but coming out with the right pit strategy, jumping Schaefer on the pit exit, and it was on from there. He got by the 90th Sturgill and rode home.
Yeah, definitely felt confident coming into this race tonight. Didn't, like you said, didn't post the fastest qualifying time, and honestly, only felt like we started back the way we did. Just missed a little bit of turn 3, which, I mean, I think that's pretty much the key for this race tonight. This whole track, I mean, kind of like you said with Las Vegas, not the dominant truck. Definitely didn't have it for the longest, and just figured something out throughout the race and was able to go through. And when Reese called out that he was pitting, I knew that we were close. I mean, I didn't have an exact amount as to how far we could go on fuel, but I really did feel like pitting at the moment that I did with him. I felt like I could get to his rear bumper and go maybe a little faster into my box, just because I pitted behind him, and managed to get out in front of him, keep the tires on it. And once I realized that fuel was good, I said, okay, well, let's actually keep tires on this thing in case he catches me. And for a little bit he was, and so was Lane, and they'd catch me. And then I just I kept running and running and running until finally I got the rear tires to actually turn the truck the way I wanted them to at the end. And with about 7 to go, this thing was just on rails for what the tires were.
Well, there you go, Dean. A wild story en route to your third victory on the season. And I know, Dean, you don't need to win now at this point. You are clearly locked into the playoffs. But I'm sure it does feel nice to bring those added bonus points with you into the playoffs. How do you feel about your chances at Iowa to do the same there?
I'm not real sure. I was definitely a trickier track. A lot of tire management, a lot of tire management, and that's going to be a tricky little race. Like I said, I don't have a huge amount of experience there, but whoever winds up coming out of there will definitely deserve it. Like I said, I'm just happy that we could bring this number 31 JBR truck home tonight. Definitely want to thank Quantum Fuel Systems for being on board. I know we had a lot of time out front last week and blew it on pit road, so it was nice to get some redemption and win it on pit road tonight.
I almost forgot about that. Yeah, that's gonna be a great
Oh,
story
I'm
as
glad
well.
you did. I'm glad you about forgot about it.
Oh man, a wild moment then last week. But yeah, does that make up? Does this make up for it?
Oh, it definitely does. Like you said, we don't have to win to make it to the playoffs, but it's nice to go through, get as many points as we can. Uh, Definitely put JBR out front as much as possible. Uh, Definitely got to thank all my teammates. Thank Jonathan Byard, all of our sponsors, Bolify, Glytch Energy, Black Acid Racing Apparel, Z Grills, Georgia Boots, K&N Filters, Toyota. Obviously Quantum Fuel Systems. I mean, I've been very, very happy to be able to put them in victory lane a couple times this season. And as always, definitely want to give a shout out. Thanks. Always thankful to God first. My wife, if any of the viewers didn't know, just found out that my wife and I are going to have a baby. So we're very excited about that, and hopefully that luck continues and we continue into victory lane.
Absolutely. Congratulations, not only on the victory, but of course, welcoming a new life into the world, Dean. Best luck to y'all. Well, both will continue on with next week at Iowa, but to the fam, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you more throughout the season, Dean. Congratulations on the win, man. Best luck to you next week at Iowa.
Thank you, Emerson. You have a good evening, buddy.
Absolutely. You too, Dean. And that was driver of the number 31, Dean Brummett, who brought home his third victory on the season. Unfortunately, there's one driver who maybe, with about 40 laps to go, should have brought that thing home to victory, but somehow it was not his day. Driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer, the dominant driver of the day until you weren't. That overtake there by Lane Hostler before pit stops, and then the overtake on pit lane by Dean Brummett. Reese, what happened?
Yeah, just tires started to fall off at the end. It was really interesting. When we restarted, I knew I was going a little bit too hard, like to keep Ellison and them behind on that first run, and so I tried to mid-run try to save a little bit, but then, dude, all of a sudden I look in the rear view and Hosler is absolutely flying, and so I tried to stick with him, and then once we were pitting there around 60 something, and I let him go, and I figured it was just easier to get in and try to make it through. And coming to pit road, I kind of slid a little bit, and Dean got a great run in, and then on the exit, it helped me on the one caution, but it kind of hurt me on that one. Since the exit cone's so close, I can't really get up to speed by the time at the end of pit road, and so Dean was already up to speed and got behind me, and then I thought I was kind of making hay on him. I was like, all right, we're kind of getting somewhere. And then once, probably about 20 laps into that run, he did a really good job mirror driving, and so I got into his dirty air, and the car just wouldn't turn. I tried, using a little brake, mess with the brake bias, tried to slide the car in, just nothing. So yeah, hats off to him. He drove the way up there and got the lead from me, and had a great race. So even though finish P2 sucks, at least I finished well this time. The last couple of weeks we've been running really well and haven't had good finishes at Darlington and Kansas, so we'll take P2 all day, no complaints.
Well, Reese, I think this is what most people would argue should have been the finishing results last week at Darlington.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Dean unfortunately had his incident with the pit entry, and you just got burnt on strategy. Does this at least make up, the dominant run today and great, the stage win and the podium, make up for maybe losing out last week?
Yeah, I'd say absolutely. And you know, I think today what hurt me a little bit, and I don't know how to describe it, but other than like, when you're out front, you can't really follow people and get an idea like what people are running and stuff like that. And I use the term like racy. Like I felt like I really couldn't get into the zone with like feeling out the track really well because I was kind of trying to set the pace. And so it's always easier to follow someone than lead. So about once Hauser got past me and Brahma got past me, that's when I really felt like I was starting to get into the zone. But I think by then I just didn't really know areas to attack as well as I could have if I would have been started from the back, started from top like fifth, let's say. I could have had a better idea what's going on. But all in all, like I said, great finish. Like you said, stage win. I mean, no complaints at all. I got the pole, a lot of bonus points, so just didn't get the next time we'll try to finish one more spot higher, but I think P2 is not a bad job at all.
Well, race next week is Iowa, man. How do you think about your chances there?
Yeah, really intrigued. I'm really curious on the setup, like how it's gonna favor. Might have to do some good race runs on it. I remember in the past in SRN we've had some Iowa setups that were pretty rough, but I felt pretty good on them. So hopefully we can match something like that, and hopefully next week try to gain one more spot than we did this week.
But there you are, the dominant truck of the day, led over 60 laps today. Driver of the number 17 race Schaefer, but ends up finishing in the second position, man. Congratulations on the podium. I know that second place is going to hurt, but best of luck to you next week at Iowa.
Yep, appreciate it, Emerson. Thank you.
And that was our second place finisher, driver of the number 17, Reese Schaefer. And now we'll get the chance to speak to our third place finisher, driver of the number 61, Lane Hosler. And Lane, man, you put up quite the effort tonight from having to drive your way up 12 spots from where you started, by the way, is where you finished. Just double checking. That is the biggest positive mover of the day. So you'll have that to hang your hat on as well, Lane. But also the run up to Reese Schaefer, the overtake Reese Schaefer, and then coming out the pit lane. I know you had one lap fresher tires, but to chase both Reese and Dean down from well over 2 seconds back and be in it there at the end lane, a lot to hang your hat on with tonight's run here at Charlotte. But what say you?
I like to make things hard on myself. Apparently, I kind of messed up my qualifying lap, and I knew I was going to be starting probably mid to toward the back of the pack. And there early in the run, I kind of started to figure out the high side a little bit, and then after that stage, I was just like, you know what, I got to get to the top, and I'm going to use the top to try to get as far forward as I can. And as the runs went on, I was like, wow, I'm in fifth. Where did that come from? And then just started clicking guys off, and I made it up to Reese, and I was like, man, there's no way I'm going to pass Reese right now. And it's like, yeah, I'm just going to try it. Then I don't know if he didn't defend or what, but I just kind of sent it in there, and we ended up making it. Um, then I kind of messed up the pit stops. I wish I'd have done that slightly different, but all in all, good night, good team night too for the pilot racing team.
It certainly seemed like it, Lane. Uh, Again, a lot of pace in that 61 machine, and you kind of already mentioned that qualifying did not go your way. Do you think then either you had qualifying back or that pit stop back, or maybe change one little thing that this would have been a different result? We've been talking to you a couple people ago.
I would for sure rather have the pit stop back than the qualifying lap. I think I I like to hang my hat on the long run speed, and I feel like I definitely had that tonight. I just kind of messed up a little bit and put myself too far behind. I pushed as hard as I possibly could that last round, and there with maybe 5 or 6 laps left, it was just everything I had to maintain.
Well, Lane, next up is Iowa, and I also want to say I think that was a track we had a very, very long battle at a couple seasons ago. But Iowa, for you, man, you want to deal with me being a roadblock. But what do you say about your chances there to maybe get a couple spots higher here and maybe get yourself a win here?
I'm gonna say we'll see. I haven't had exactly the best luck in the trucks at Iowa, but we're gonna put in the work this week, and we'll be ready.
Well, there it is, your third place finisher, driver of the number 61 out of Pilot, Lane Hostler. Congratulations on the podium, Lane. Best luck to you next week from Iowa.
Thank you.
And there he is, driver of number 61, Lane Hostler. And that was a talk with our podium finishers this evening. Now we'll have a chance to kind of look at how everyone concluded their runs to the line tonight. And we'll go through it with our finishing results, of course, and that's the starting grid. Our finishing results will be up on your screen there, and we can take a look at it then. On that top spot, Dean Brummett in that 31 machine, winning the race 6/10 up ahead of Reese Schaefer. Lane Hostler finishes in third. Gabriel in fourth. Michael Sturgill finishing in fifth. Sixth place, Brad Herman out of Aeon's Motorsports. Joshua Balliet finishes seventh after an abysmal qualifying run. I'm sure he'll be happy to get out of here with a top 10 finish. Brian McAvoy finishes eighth. Cal Westwood ninth, and Austin Purnell fought tooth and nail to get inside that top 10, and he does. Finishing 11th will be driver of the number 58, Kyle Vincent Gilbert. Connor Cunningham dueled it out to get to 12th. Branson McCannon 13th. Devin Zimmerman 14th. Bobby Anderson 15th. Bradley Brandon 16th. Michael Politis finishes in that 17th position. Doc Holiday finishes in 18th, and it's Byron McDonald finishing in 19th. Albert Hewins 20th. Craig Schroeder 21st. Mark Morton 22nd. Jordan Sailors 23rd. Gerald Poole 24th. Tyler Merkel was not able to rejuvenate that magic from his Speed Race Network Charlotte victory a couple seasons ago. He'll finish 25th, 2 laps down, but involved in both cautions tonight. Lynn Doyle, big time air incident on the back straightaway. He'll end up finishing 26th, 2 laps off of the pace. That being said, it was a very intriguing race for all intents and purposes tonight for everyone to run it out tonight here at Charlotte. Another mile and a half that proved to be very entertaining. We saw the ebb and flow of the race really shift. We only had 2 cautions for incident tonight, and one was going to be the stage caution anyway, but the incident happened a little earlier. Tyler Merkel was involved in both of those. By the way, there's a little bit of net-coated contact when Sailors hit the wall. Doyle tried to avoid and maybe clipped Tyler Merkel, at least what the prediction code had said, and Merkel spun in front of a group of trucks, and well, there was nowhere to go for a bunch of them. From then, it was the restart accident with Mark Morton and Gerald Poole making contact with Jordan Sailors, both of those trucks, and Tyler Merkel spinning to avoid them. All in all, from there, we got a nice green flag run. Field strategy played a little bit into the hands of drivers tonight, but for what it's worth, not a fuel mileage race tonight here at Charlotte. I know a lot of drivers have been maybe expecting or wishing maybe not so many fuel mileage races. So the way the cautions fell tonight did not prove another one tonight. What it did prove was Dean Brummett is still the driver to beat here in the Speed Race Network Glytch Truck Series, of his 3rd win on the season, and he continues to just have to be there in the right place each and every week, just to take advantage of anyone's mistakes. But I think that'll do it then from Charlotte. Got to give a shout out to all of our partners here at the Speed Race Network. Our series sponsors, Fiverr, Glytch, and Z-Growth. For Glytch, of course, tonight's series sponsor, use code SRN 10%. I'm sorry, SRN10 for 10% off of your Glytch purchases. Admin Box has been on your screen all day long. Of course, Admin Box sponsoring our starting lineup. And Admin Box, make sure you use code SRN-BOX. That's BOXX. 10% off of your Admin Box purchases. Butt Kicker, of course, our commercial partner here at the Speed Racing Network. A huge shout out to Butt Kicker for providing all that they do to SRN, and EPI, of course, sponsoring Victory Lane Select Blinds, all of our incident replays this evening. Don't forget that you can join the Speed Race Network membership program. If you scroll down next to that subscribe button, is that join button. You can join Speed Race Network premium membership for $4.99 a month. Get loyalty badges, custom emojis, exclusive wallpapers, photos, early access to new content, member shoutouts, members only live chats, and priority reply to comments. And while you're down there, if you're a kid and join, you probably want to be subscribed. Join us here at Speed Race Network. If you've made it this far into the broadcast, you're enjoying the racing action that these riders put on each and every week, and the show that myself and everyone else here at Speed Race Network is able to put on. So go ahead and subscribe and support us with that as well. All of our social media outlets here at Speed Race Network, of course, our Facebook page at facebook.com/Speed Race Network, our Twitter page at twitter.com/Speed Racing Network. I guess it's x.com/Speed Racing Net. Instagram at instagram.com/Speed Racing Network, our YouTube channel youtube.com/@Speed Racing Network, Twitch at twitch.tv/Speed Racing Network, LinkedIn at linkedin.com/company/Speed Racing Network, and our website where you can keep up with all stats, news, highlights, and anything else you need to keep up with schedule and points. SpeedRaceNetwork.com is the place to find it. Once again, I think that'll do it then from the Queen City. Thank you all for tuning in and joining us for tonight's action, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. For all at Speed Racing Network, thank you so much for watching. I am Emerson Arden, and we'll see you tomorrow night when the Z-Grills Xfinity Series keeps going here in the Queen City, or next Wednesday night, where we'll be live from the cornfields of Iowa.